Imagine earning $100,000 a year and still struggling to make ends meet. Sound impossible? For many Americans, this is their reality. The dream of financial security that once came with a six-figure salary is slipping away, leaving many to wonder, what happened to the American dream? Here's a shocking truth. More than half of Americans believe they need at least $100,000 annually to feel financially comfortable. Yet even those earning six figures often find themselves living paycheck to paycheck. The American dream, once synonymous with a middle-class lifestyle, has become a mirage for many. In this video, we'll explore why a $100,000 salary can't buy the American dream anymore. We'll look at rising living costs, the home ownership hurdle, and how social media distorts our financial reality. Understanding this shift is crucial because it affects everyone, from young professionals to retirees. Let's talk about the rising tide of living costs that's drowning the American dream. Remember when $100,000 a year meant you made it? Those days are long gone. Now that six-figure salary barely keeps your head above water in many parts of the country. So what's eating away at our paychecks? First up, housing costs. Whether you're renting or trying to buy, prices have skyrocketed. In some cities, you'd need to earn over $200,000 just to afford a median-priced home. That's more than double the national median household income of $75,000. But it's not just housing. Healthcare costs have been climbing faster than a rocket. Even with insurance, medical bills can wipe out savings in the blink of an eye. And don't get me started on education expenses. The cost of college has increased nearly 8 times faster than wages since the 1980s. It's no wonder student loan debt hit an all-time high of $1.77 trillion in 2023. For parents, childcare costs are like a second mortgage. In some states, it can cost more than college tuition. Imagine paying over $20,000 a year just so you can go to work. It's enough to make you wonder if it's worth working at all. Now you might be thinking, surely wages have kept up, right? Wrong. Over the past 50 years, wages haven't even come close to matching the rise in living costs. While productivity has soared, the average worker's buying power has barely budged. It's like running on a treadmill that keeps getting faster. You're working harder, but not getting anywhere. Let's break it down with some real-life examples. In Mississippi, the most affordable state, a family of 4 needs about $109,000 a year to live comfortably. That includes owning a home, a car, and having a pet, plus some savings and discretionary spending. But the median income for a family of 4 in Mississippi? Just $71,000. That's a $38,000 gap between reality and the American dream. Now let's look at California, one of the most expensive states. There you need over $240,000 a year for that same lifestyle. The median income for a family of 4, it falls short by at least $94,000. That's like trying to fill the Grand Canyon with a garden hose. Even in middle-of-the-road states, the numbers don't add up. Go Banking Rates found that in 38 states, families need more than $140,000 a year to achieve that classic American dream lifestyle. But median incomes are nowhere near that in most places. The result? More and more people are living paycheck to paycheck, even with six-figure salaries. Credit card debt has hit $1.13 trillion. People are putting off major life milestones like buying a home or starting a family. Some are even engaging in doom spending, splurging despite economic concerns because saving for the future feels pointless. It's not just about the numbers, though. This financial pressure is taking a psychological toll. 73% of Gen Zers say the current economy makes it difficult to set up long-term goals. Many feel hopeless about ever owning a home or achieving financial stability. The American dream used to be about progress, each generation doing better than the last. Now it feels like we're moving backwards. Home ownership has been a long symbol of success in America, but for many young Americans today, it feels like a distant fantasy. To afford a median-priced home, you need a salary of nearly $110,000, far above the median household income of just under $75,000. No surprise that 66% of U.S. renters feel hopeless about ever owning a home. Key obstacles include student loan debt, which hit $1.77 trillion in 2023, with 52% of potential homebuyers citing it as a major barrier. Skyrocketing home prices and stagnant wages add to the challenge, making it increasingly difficult to save for a down payment. In 2022, the typical first-time homebuyer earned $95,900, but even that was $20,000 more than the median household income. The income gap is even wider in states like Hawaii and California, where you need over $240,000 annually for a typical American dream lifestyle. The psychological toll of delayed home ownership is real, leading to feelings of failure and insecurity. Many millennials and Gen Zers are postponing marriage, children, and moving out of their parents' homes due to the unaffordability of housing. Despite this, 62% of younger millennials and 63% of Gen Zers still see home ownership as a part of the American dream, even if it does feel out of reach. Rising living costs and home ownership challenges are daunting, but social media makes the American dream feel even more out of reach. Now it's not just about keeping up with the Joneses, it's about keeping up with the world 24/7. Social media reshapes our view of financial success. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok bombard us with images of luxury and glamour, creating pressure to present a perfect life. This pressure leads to doom spending money despite financial worries, especially among Gen Z, with 73% struggling to set long-term goals due to economic uncertainty. The endless spending often leaves people feeling empty as they try to fill emotional voids with material possessions. Social media skews our financial reality, making us feel inadequate even when we're doing okay. This constant comparison fuels anxiety and a sense of falling behind. Ironically, much of what we see online is an illusion, often hiding debt or financial stress. The solution isn't quitting social media, but developing a healthier relationship with it and understanding that most people only share their highlight reels, not their struggles. The American dream might feel out of reach, but it's time to redefine success and adapt. If we can't change the game, let's play it smarter. Start with budgeting and financial planning. Instead of relying on debt, track your spending, cut unnecessary costs, and live below your means. Think of it as a financial spring cleaning. For those feeling hopeless about home ownership, explore alternatives like co-buying, rent-to-own agreements, or smaller, affordable properties. Building wealth isn't limited to owning a home. Consider diversifying your income with investments or side businesses. While schools should improve financial education, taking control of your own learning is essential. Learn from books, courses, and other resources. Lastly, redefine success beyond material wealth. True, success can mean enjoying your job, having fulfilling relationships, and pursuing your passions. It's about finding joy in the journey, not just the destination. So, what's the future for the American dream? It's clear the traditional path is facing some serious roadblocks. Rising costs, stagnant wages, and mounting debt are making the old markers of success feel out of reach for many. But maybe that's not such a bad thing. Maybe it's time for a new dream. In the coming years, we might see a shift towards valuing experiences over possessions, prioritizing work-life balance over climbing the corporate ladder, and finding fulfillment in community rather than consumption. Financial security will always be important, but how we define and achieve it might look different. The American dream has always been about progress and opportunity. The question is, how will we redefine those ideals for the 21st century? What will success and happiness look like in the world where a $100,000 salary just doesn't cut it anymore?